Well, good morning. Welcome back to Clayton Schick Outdoors. Of course, as always, I'm Clayton Schick, and you know it. This is the outdoors. What am I doing today? Well, we're doing something different. We're going pike fishing, which isn't different, but we're going to a lake that I have never been to. Ever. So we're gonna start from scratch, from mapping it, maybe doing some trolling, looking around, whatever. But like I always talk about when I'm up in this area, I'm up at Caribou Lodge in northern Manitoba, living the dream. And what I always talk about in this area is all the lakes that are all around here. And most of the time I usually head out and I fish first cranberry, second cranberry, third cranberry, Simon House, Elbow Lake, all the lakes that are kind of attached here. But today we're going down the road, I don't know, 20 minutes or so, to a small lake to fish pike. It is getting to be fall time. It's 4 degrees this morning when I woke up. So where am I going with that? Fishing can get a little bit tougher, but then it is gonna get easier again, if that makes sense. So sometimes small lakes have less effect when you have huge temperature drops. So Lumacraft boat here is hooked up to the truck. Let's go down the road, go pike fishing. Let's do it. I'm so excited. I'm such a loser. Well, this looks amazing. Oh, it's really dark water, tea stained, which pike thrive in that type of water. I'm pumped. I see some rocks already, so clearly we are going to be watching out for rocks today. I'm excited. This is gonna be a fun day. There's some big rocks here, big boulders. I'm going to start actually right at the boat launch because, to be honest with you, this looks pretty darn pikey. I have a feeling I'll be fishing a lot of this lake by the end of the day, or try to. It's all gonna be about just covering water, top water, booker tail, spinner, swim baits when I get across some nice weed beds or I see some big fish type of thing. Yeah, let's do it. Pumped. So pumped. Polarized glasses are definitely a must when you're fishing amongst this much rocks. Just so you don't hit anything, the biggest thing. Oh, look at that. Already the fish rolling me, second cast. Small guy though, like tiny. First area, a 0. Let's try right here. Even though we don't want to be up shallow in the grass, most likely, not to say they can't be up there a little bit. A lot of times, indication of some weeds out further will be when you have that grass in tight. Not to say again, there won't be some weeds along like a rock shoreline, but you're less likely to have weeds along a rocky shelf or shoreline type of thing than you are to have weeds out in a general area like this. For the most part, we're concentrating on like 5 to 12 feet. I know it's a pretty big range, but the chances of them being shallower than 5 feet are pretty slim, and they can be deeper than 12 feet. There's no doubt about it. I haven't seen deeper than 12 feet on this lake yet, but those fish are easier to be caught trolling sometimes than it is casting, unless you kind of know like a big fish area or kind of where they hang. So we're gonna focus mostly on areas that are super castable, considering it's our first time on this lake. I should have my foot pedal out. See, and there's some weeds out here. Don't know if how deep it is right where I'm casting, but the weeds look to be pretty good. Must be some current, because all the weeds are turned over. Yeah, see, and those are good cabbage weeds there too. They don't look green from above the water because the water's so dark, but they're definitely green. I'm gonna make one in front of the boat first where I'm driving, and then we'll make some along here. Oh, that was a fish. Thought it might have been a weed for a second because it was the smallest little tap. Well, we got our first small lake pike, and well, it's definitely a small fish. Well, it's not what we came for. but it's a start, maybe, kinda. Oh, there we go. There we go. Little snake. Little snake. 5 feet of water. Still think I'm gonna find my biggest ones probably a little bit deeper. Maybe a little bit bigger. There we go. A little bit better. It's definitely better than the other fish. A little bit deeper, kind of like I said. There's some sparse cabbage around there too. That was cool to watch it come up on that bait. I don't think it's giant, but it's definitely bigger than the first two. Definitely bigger than the first two. That's a nice fish. That's a good one. Stay buttoned, baby. Stay buttoned. I'm gonna drop the talon down. Nice. Oh, never gets old the way pike fight. I just love it. Just love it. Dark water. This is so crazy. Like, I can hardly see the fish. Yeah, that's a gooder. That's a gooder. Amazing. Amazing. I'm gonna net you just because I haven't landed any good fish at this lake yet. Come on, baby. They fight so awesome. Like, the best thing about the pike is you just get a little bit of drag pull. Come on, baby. Probably like a 33, 34 incher. Oh, no, 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 no. Easy, easy. I've caught obviously a lot bigger pike, but I still get excited just to catch fish. It's fun. It's fun. Come here. Nice. That's a gooder. Yeah, maybe 35-ish even. Keep them in the water. Give myself a little bit of line. It's a barbless hook, so it's a good chance it'll come out even before I get to it. It's not a bad fish at all. Quick measure and show them off. Yeah, 35 inches. 35-inch gator. We're off to a good start considering it's only been about 45 minutes into the day. Awesome. Dark water makes for dark fish. I love it. Love it. Very cool. Very cool. Water's nice and cold. Good for them. Beautiful. A lot of times it's so natural to like be drawn to like the back bays, the grass, all that for pike. A lot of times just come out from those back bays. Find that little bit of a drop off. That was probably about 6-7 feet somewhere in there, but there's sparse cabbage kicking around. And yeah, usually just out in the mouths of the bays is a great place to start for pike at this time of the year. Oh, nice, beautiful. Little guy, but it's always exciting. It's always exciting when you get a hit like that. Come here, buddy. You're small. Oh, something just hit, something just grabbed it. Something totally just tried to eat it. Huh. Okay, well, that's a good sign. That is a good sign. There's some teeth marks right here. Someone had it for a second. For a second. No, it wasn't that bad of a fish. Okay, we're starting to see some better fish. Let's grab the swim bait. I've had that fish that tried to eat my smaller fish. I just had a medium follow and then a nicer follow. So let's grab the swim bait for a bit. Yes, nice. Swim bait worked. First cast with it too. Nice, beautiful. Let's challenge down here. I've got some nice weeds here. This is good. Swim bait worked. I think this is that fish that followed me actually. It's got that mark on it that looks familiar. First cast with the swim bait. When in doubt, booker tail to search, swim bait to capitalize, baby. I love these line throughs, the way they separate from the hook. You land a bigger percentage of your fish because they don't have leverage. I'm not even gonna worry about netting you because you're hooked pretty good on the corner of the mouth. Nice. Pliers, open, barbless, out easy. Show you off. Beautiful. We're finding some pike, baby. Thick fish, like super thick. Love it. Probably another 34, 35 incher. Healthy fish, healthy fish. See you, buddy. That's a little guy, but that was cool to see the weight coming. Nice. Every time I found these weeds so far, it's been good. Oh, awesome. Deadly. See, look at that. Had the bait in its mouth. Now he's spit it out, but hook's still in there. Beautiful. Oh, there we go. Little guy, though. Just thumped it. Thumped it. Just gotta keep searching. We're gonna find a good one eventually. We will. Well, we've already found a couple good ones. I mean, we're gonna find a real good one. That just never gets old. Even small guys. That is so awesome. So awesome. Let go, let go. See how good that hook is even when I don't even set the hook. Let go. He did let go of the bait, but the hook's still in him. It's so fun to watch those things come up and eat. Well, catching pike is not an issue at this lake. We just haven't found any big ones yet. Little guy. Pretty much every little nook cranny I go to, weeds, find some fish. Like, there's lots of fish. Lots of fish. This one would be a good luncher right here. Be a good luncher. He'd be close to a luncher. Yeah, he'd be shore lunch right there. Yummy. You're lucky I'm not cooking fish today, my friend. Are you kidding me? Oh, he totally scared me. He got right out of the water. Oh, that was awesome. That was so awesome. That's a walleye, and that's a good walleye. Crazy. Oh, that's an aggressive walleye. Okay, well, there's walleye here too. That was insane. That thing come up and just nailed me. Oh, that's awesome. Wow, it's like a blue walleye. It's like blue. I'm sure it's, wow, that's I should have netted you probably. It's not gonna show up on camera, I don't, but that's a blue walleye. I think it's from what they're eating or whatever, but there's a lot of bluish stuff going on there. That is awesome. Now I can title this video, Blue Walleye, baby. That was awesome. That walleye come up and just smashed me like a 23-inch walleye probably. Too big to eat for sure. Wow, look at that. The bait is a quarter of his size. He come up and smashed it. Amazing. There we go. That's a good fish. That looked good. That looked really good. Amazing. Amazing. Come on, baby. Come on, where are you? That's a good one. Telling down. We have been working hard for a fish like this, like really hard. I don't even know how many casts I've made. Not too long ago, I had some weeds on my, oh, sit down. I had some weeds on my bait and I pulled it out of the water a little bit too early. I had one come by the boat and just toilet bowl flushed me right there. And I thought, you know what? This is probably a good big fish area. So I'm gonna kind of just drift here and camp out a little bit. And about 20 minutes later, I hooked into a pretty good one. Amazing. Amazing. Stay down. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. I feel pretty confident with that hook. I don't even think I'm gonna net it. I think I'm gonna hand land it. Oh no, it hooks on the outside. I am gonna net it. I am gonna net it. Come on, baby. You ready? You ready? Oh, yes. Yes, that's a good one. Biggest of the day, baby. Yes, high 30s, possibly 40. Unreal. That's a big one. Yeah, baby. That's a big pike right there. That's everything at 40. Yes. Unreal. My hands are shaking. I'm loving it. Oh, that was exciting. That was exciting. Let's get a quick measure on you, my friend. It's a big one. Yeah, just 40. 40, just maybe 40 and a quarter. Unbelievable. One more quick show off. 40 inches, possibly 40 and a quarter. Tank, baby. It's heavy. I love it. Oh, I love it. We have worked hard for that fish, definitely. Definitely worked hard for you, buddy. Oh, so good. So good. Fought hard too. Give her a second here. Beautiful. She's got some strength back. I could let her go there, but oh, there we go. Oh, I'm going to catch like one more fish and then actually retie one of these. As you can tell, it's all beat up pretty good. It's got lots of nicks and stuff in it. Look at chewed up here, but still runs awesome. But something I know a lot of people ask for is how do you tie these up? How do you rig them type of thing? So I'm going to actually rig one up on camera, but we're gonna get one more fish and then we'll do it. We'll rig it up. Can't talk, I'm still too excited. Love it. There we go. Oh, that one feels good too. I just pulled the talon up because I was going to start drifting again. Oh, that's big mouth. Oh, that's big mouth. That's big. That is a big mouth. Come on, baby. Get that line through out of your mouth and get that hook staying in there. That's a big fish. Come on. Obviously, they always look bigger when their mouth is open, but it looked good. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's bigger than the last one. Oh, yeah. That's a good one. It's not as fat, but it's long. Wow. Oh, found a good big fish spot. We did it. Found a good big fish spot. One is can be a coincidence. Two, no. Two is not a coincidence. This is an old fish. Unbelievable. Big head on this thing. Big noggin. Amazing. Stay down. Oh, this bait is on fire. Love this thing. We're gonna get another one ready. This bait is just good. One of my favorites. Look at that noggin. Wow, look at that noggin. Unbelievable. Oh, come on, baby. Come on. Oh yeah, that's a good one. That's long. Not fat, but long. Big head on her. Quick measure and then show it off. Oh, that's long. Not a super fat one, but it's long. Yes. Amazing. 43. Just touches 43 inches. Oh, it's got a growth on the top of its eye. Like I said, not super fat, but definitely got some length to her. 43-inch pike, baby. Big head. I could tell when I had it hooked out there that it had a big mouth on her. Awesome. Oh, we've done it. Easy girl, easy girl, easy. She slipped from my hand. She slipped. She slipped. Come on. Sorry, girl. She slipped out of my hand. But we got her. I'll give you one more second here. Okay, there you go. Yes! Oh, it's awesome. Oh. Norm, thank you so much. Last night, Norm's like, why don't you go check out this lake? I heard there's some big pike in it. Well, Norm, you were right. Bam! Obviously, I'm not mentioning what lake on the video, but if you come up and stay at Norm's place, I'm pretty sure he'll tell you where Lake X is. Yes! Okay, so apparently I forgot all of these in the truck, so I'll insert a clip of me rigging one of these up right here. Okay, we have a brand new 4D perch shad right here from Savage Gear. These ones do come pre-rigged and they work just fine. I prefer just to put something on there that's a little bit longer, something that's my own stuff, and I just really like this tieable wire, which we'll get into. But a lot of their baits, the 3D line through trout, they don't come pre-rigged, so you're gonna have to learn how to do this anyway. First things first, right here, I'm gonna try to do this in the camera as much as I can. I'm going to cut my pre-rigged line off right there. A good cutter right here, Nipex cutters, are something that you should have to do this, as well as they're really good to have for pike fishing. So there's one of the tools right now that I'll kind of talk about in this little clip. I think this is only the tool I talk about. The other one is actually items. Okay, so we're pulling that out. We're going to then cut off right here as well. The pre-rig stuff is now cut off. I'm left with the hook with a little hook keeper right there, as you can see on the camera. And then of course, my line through my perch shad. Those look so good. So then what I use right here is American fishing wire, 7x7 strand, nylon coated. It is unbelievable. I use 40 pound for the line throughs, but I also run 26 pound for my flies and topwater. I run 65 pound for my really big glide baits, something that I'm gonna be chucking a little bit harder or is a little bit heavier. You match your wire to what you're throwing. So right now, what I'll do is I'll cut off. You can do this in two ways. I don't normally cut off a chunk right away. I normally actually like work from the spool, work it through, whatever, but we'll cut off a chunk at about 2 feet here to start with. And then we'll take our chunk of wire and we'll run it through the perch. This one comes from the middle or the front there. Some line throughs will come from the top, some will come from the bottom. They're all different. Comes through the bottom right there then. So on this end right here, on the bottom end, the hook end, I tie a uni knot. Now you don't have to do a uni knot that has a bunch of wraps. I do 3 wraps. So what this knot is through the hook, or through the eye I should say. Match your line up there along that line, create a loop, and you still want to have, you still want to have that line matched up. Now what I'm going to do there, and now this is hard for me to do on this camera, I'm trying to get good angles, is I'm going to take that and wrap it 3 times. Just look up how to do a uni knot. 1, 2, 3. Now with wire, what you want to do is you can start to cinch it a little bit. Oh, I went to try to do a really short tag in, so it almost slipped on me there. Cinch it a little bit, and then work your knot down. Cinch it some more. Work your knot down, cinch it, work it. The reason why you don't just cinch it and then pull right away, like you could pull on this long line right here right away and it'll cinch that knot and then it'll slide down, is you'll pigtail your wire really bad. So you're just going to try to work it down slow and then bang. 3 loops is all you need for that knot. Is it going to focus? Focus, come on. I'm having a tough time getting that focus there, right there. Three loops, bang, cut off my tag end. You don't have to cut it right beside it. You don't, like, give it just a little bit of a tag, not super long, but this is gonna tuck up into the hook and you won't really see that anyway. So then on the other end there, which I almost pulled through, was going to be putting on a barrel swivel. Barrel swivel right there. I don't know what the size would be. It's probably about a 50 pound, 65 pound barrel swivel. And on here, I run what's called, or I call it, I don't know if the correct name for it is a saltwater loop knot. I have found links for it online, and I will put a link below for that saltwater loop knot if you're not catching what I'm doing here, just because it's a little bit harder for me to set up. But saltwater loop knot, what it entails is first making a loop in your wire. Getting it pretty small, have a nice long tag end here. Take your swivel, you're gonna come through that tag end, and then you're going to come through with that tag end through that loop that you created. You want to come through, you want to match the line the same way that it came out of that loop. And then on top of this loop that you created, you're going to go 3 twists. 1, 2, 3. Come on, twist, twist. And then you're going to grab it. We're somewhere in here and you're going to come back through that loop again. I like to go through the opposite way of the line that I have coming through that end. So come through with the loop, cinch that all tight. Oh, come on. Pull down. So you just got to work a little bit from this way and then work it from your tag end a little bit. And then eventually you'll end up with like a nice, it looks like it end up being like almost like a figure 8 type of thing. But this runs super, super true in terms of like say a perfection loop that runs straight and then a big loop and then down and then the line kind of pulls on it. This thing pulls right from the center of the loop, which is definitely a key factor, I'd say. Cut off a little bit of tag. You can leave a little bit of tag in there and there. Done. So now the nice thing about this is, say if the end of your line or the end of your wire, you go through a bunch of fish and you get chewed up a little bit, you can retie it. That's why I like to tie a little bit longer to start with. This is probably about, I'd say 16 inches, somewhere in there, but I don't like to go anything less than 12 usually. American fishing wire, hands down the best stuff I've come across. 7x7 strand, nylon coated. I can tie this stuff easily, the 45. I've tied the 65 pound stuff super easily as well. And then of course I have some bigger spools here of 26. You can see they're a little bit beat up. It's expensive, but these things are on, this wire is honestly the best wire I've ever used for pike fishing. I use it in the winter, I use it in the summer. It's deadly. Back to the regular scheduled programming. So that clip I just showed you of me rigging up one of those lures, I'm throwing that on an 8-foot Savage Gear Battletech rod. This one being heavy power, moderate fast action, rated for a 1 to 4 ounce bait. And I think these are 1.5, maybe 2. Yeah, I think they're 1.5, but it's honestly like the perfect rod for this. 8-footer allows you to really sling it out. I'm running 300 tranks on there with 50-pound braid. And then I already talked about the rig in terms of the wire and everything, but this has been a really, really good rod. This is the first year I've been using their swim bait rods and I'm very happy with it. I have another one that is a little bit stouter yet. It's like I don't know if it's an extra heavy, must be an extra heavy, but just a little bit stouter. And it'll handle my little bit bigger baits, like my 4 to 8 ounce baits that I have to chuck. But this is the perfect rod for the 8-inch 3D line through. It'll still handle the 10-inch 3D line through trout, these perch shads, a lot of their swim baits. But yeah, it's been a really, really good rod setup. It's been deadly. It's the first year I've been giving it a hard go, and so far I'm really happy with it. And I think with that, we're also gonna wrap up this video. It's probably been a pretty long video already, and I don't want it to get any longer. The juice for me at the end of the day here was just a big 5-foot flat. And I only caught those 2 fish on it. I probably fished it for an hour total, I think, but it's the right fish. A lot of times you'll find that the big fish will kind of group up together in certain areas, especially in the fall time. They'll separate themselves from the smaller fish. Actually, it's not the big fish separating themselves, it's the smaller fish separating themselves because they don't want to get eaten. Big fish have big appetites in the fall time. Great day. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget, get outside.